Alright, in this episode, we are going to be talking about the electric AC alternating current generator. Okay, so we're going to take the diagram of the generator according to what was mentioned or what I received in the portion. There isn't much information about the generator as much, or as there is information about the generator, but not as much was taken about the generator as it was about the motor. That's why I went a bit more deep into the motor. From what I received, the generator wasn't taken as much in detail. So I will only be explaining the diagram of the generator. It is very similar to the one to the motor, so you will not have much of a problem in understanding it and how the generator works, just the process of how it works. We will not go so deep into each part and how it functions, okay? And the graph of the generator, the parallel and perpendicular positions, okay? How to interpret the graph for different functions, and how the commutator, not the commutator, the slip ring is different, etc. We won't go so much in detail about the generator, keeping it low about the generator, alright? So, diagram and function, that's the basic idea, okay? I wrote the electromagnetic definition over here for electromagnetic induction, by the way, that we took previously. Electromagnetic induction, again, is the process of producing a current on a conductor when the magnetic field on it changes, or basically when two magnetic fields interact, a current is produced, okay? Perfect. Now, let's talk about the AC generator. The electric AC generator. AC generator. We said that the motor converts kinetic energy into electrical energy into kinetic energy. Okay, electrical energy is supplied to the motor from the power supply. The coil spins, producing kinetic energy, while the generator is the opposite of the electric motor. The electric motor produces kinetic energy from electric, but the generates electrical energy. Okay, so in the generator we have a turbine. The turbine is like on an axle. It will spin using kinetic energy. It will produce electrical energy, and this is, it's very commonly used, like for example, when you're going outside and you see these huge turbines, or in water farms, okay, hydroelectric farms, okay, you have these huge turbines in hydroelectric farms where the huge turbines are rotating, and they are using this kinetic energy connected to a generator. Generator is producing electrical energy. It's also using the use of water and stuff like that. But that's the main idea, okay? There's an axle which has a turbine. Turbine spins to produce kinetic energy. From kinetic energy, electrical energy is produced. Opposite of the motor, okay? Motor is electrical energy to kinetic energy. Generator is kinetic energy to electrical energy, okay? Now let's write all the information that we need to know about the AC generator. First of all, the definition, of course, of the AC generator. The AC generator, like I said, it is a device, a device that converts what? Kinetic energy into electrical energy. We can say that it is opposite of motor. Okay? Opposite of motor. Perfect. Now let's have a look at the diagram of the AC generator. It is very much similar to the diagram of the motor. Let's draw it over here. Again, we have your coil. Now here there's something different, okay? In between the coil, we have something to produce kinetic energy for the electrical energy to be produced, right? So we have something over here on the center, and this is what we call the turbine, all right? This is the turbine. The turbine is going to rotate and it is going to generate kinetic energy. The kinetic energy is going to produce the electrical energy. So we have the turbine on the center, which is on the axle. On both sides, by the way, yes, also in this one, we have the magnets, north and south, okay? But is there a commutator in this one? Actually, we do not really use a commutator in this one. In this one, we are using something called the slip ring commutators. Not split ring, slip ring commutator, okay? Slip ring commutator is something like this. So we have the coil over here, okay, like this. This one, it will pass through this one, and this one won't pass through this one, okay? And then in the second one, okay, we only have this one, which is going to pass through this one. So in this one, we are using a slip ring commutator, okay? And each of these commutators is connected to the brushes. Now we don't have to know in detail why this is using a slip ring commutator, why the brushes are connected in such a way, because it's not what I received about the portion. So for the exam, so we just need to know that there's a brush over here, and there is a brush over here, and again both of them are connected to a power supply. Nope, not a power supply, something like this, which is the converting to electrical energy. This converts to electrical energy, where electrical energy is outputted. Okay, this is what we call the output. We don't need a power supply over here because there's nothing to power supply. There's no electricity to supply. It doesn't have electricity. Electricity is generated over here. Okay. So again, what is the structure? We are going to start with the turbine up here. This is the turbine. We have the magnet, south magnet, north magnet. This is what we call the axle. This is our coil. This is the brush. And these ones, we call them not split, slip ring commutators, okay? Slip ring commutators. Perfect. Alright. So this is the diagram of the AC generator, by the way. Please be careful about split and slip ring commutator. In generator, it is slip. In motor, it is split ring commutator, okay? This is the structure. Now let's see how the AC generator works. For the AC generator to work, it is very important to understand the graph of the AC generator. Generally, I would explain the graph first to understand how the parallel and perpendicular position of the AC generator works, to understand where is the maximum and minimum current produced. But since that is a bit advanced level and that was not taken or it is not going to be included in your exam, I guess for you guys it is just mandatory to know how it works basically. But before we know how it works, okay, fine, yeah, let's see how it works, okay. So, due to axle rotation and turbine motion. Due to the axle rotating and the turbine is continuously moving, what is going to happen? Okay, the coil rotates from parallel to perpendicular positions continuously. Okay, So the turbine is going to spin, it is going to turn the axle. Due to this, the coil is going to continuously spin from perpendicular to parallel to perpendicular to parallel, perpendicular to parallel positions continuously. Okay? Now, what's going to happen is that the area cutting the magnetic field is going to change. Yes, because as this is moving continuously, the magnetic field of the magnet and the magnetic field of the coil is going to cut each other. So the area cutting magnetic field will change. As the area cutting the magnetic field changes, what's going to happen is that electromagnetic induction is going to take place. Okay, so this induces a current in the coil. All right, then the coil, then from the coil, current then goes to output via slip rings and brushes. So again, let's quickly summarize what we know about the AC generator. AC generator, it is a device that converts kinetic energy from a turbine rotating to electrical energy. How it does it is simple, okay? When the axle is rotating, the turbine is rotating. Turbine rotates, it causes the coil to rotate. When the coil is rotating, okay, it is going to interact with this magnetic field. You see, there's a magnetic field from north to south, like this, okay? There's a magnetic field over here, right? Magnetic field. Now the coil's magnetic field rotating will interact with this magnetic field, and it will, when we said about electromagnetic induction, when two magnetic fields interact, what happens? A current is produced. So when the magnetic field of these magnets and the magnetic field of the coil will interact, it will induce or produce a current. This current will travel through the copper coil to the slip ring commutator, from the brushes into the output to convert into electrical energy. Okay, so this is the main idea about the AC generator. Okay, turbine kinetic energy, spins the coil, coil's magnetic field interacts with the magnetic field of the magnet. Two interacting magnetic field, electromagnetic induction takes place, and a magnetic force is created. Magnetic force causes electrons to flow and push, which we studied in the previous video about how electromagnetic induction takes place. Due to electron flow, current is generated. Current is generated, flows from the coil, slip ring commutator, brushes, and output, and we have generated electricity. Okay, so this is the main idea about the structure and the AC generator. In the next video, I will just cover the parts of the AC generator, just the definitions, and that's pretty much gonna be it.